Greetings and good tidings, Lafayette Lions. It's Miss Brady here, and in this video lesson, we are going to be reviewing division. I have two problems behind me that we're going to complete today. The first thing that we need to do is make sure that we have the Arby's charts for our divisors completed. For my first problem, 943 divided by 5, I need to create an Arby's chart for 5. So I'm going to go ahead and list the multiples of 5 in the basement of this Arby's chart right here. Once I have my Arby's chart completed, I can go ahead and start dividing. The first step that I need to do is underline the dividend. The first digit in my dividend is 9, so that's going to be the first digit that I underline for this problem. Next, I am going to find the correct number in my Arby's chart and circle that pair. So I'm going to look and I see that 10 is too big, so I'm going to jump back one to this 5 that's in the basement. Then I am going to write my roof and basement. So the 1 would go on the roof and the 5 would go in the basement. My next step is to subtract. Nine minus 5 is 4. So I am going to take my remainder and bring it up. And I'm going to start the process all over again. This time I'm going to be looking for 44. So I go to my Arby's chart and I look in my basement and I see that 45 is too big. So I'm going to jump back one place and go to 40. I'm going to write my roof in my basement, so the 8 goes on the roof and the 40 goes in the basement. Then I will subtract. 44 minus 40 equals 4. Then I will go ahead and bring up that 4, and I now am going to be looking for 43. I go to my Arby's chart and again see that 45 is going to be too big. So I'm going to need to use the 8 and 40 again. So the 8 goes on the roof, the 40 goes in the basement. Going to subtract. 43 minus 40 equals 3. Uh-oh, this time I don't have a place that I can take this 3 to. So this 3 is going to be our remainder. So my quotient for 943 divided by 5 is 188, and my remainder is 3. For the next problem, my dividend is 382, and my divisor is 8. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my Arby's chart for my 8s. And that is going to help me solve this problem, much like our multiplication charts would help us solve our multiplication problems. When I look here, the first number in my dividend is a 3. So I'm going to look in my Arby's chart and I see that the 8 is too big. So I'm going to jump back one, which takes me to 0. So I'm going to put a 0 on my roof and a 0 in my basement. I'm going to subtract 3 minus 0, which equals 3, and then bring up my remainder and start all over again. I'm going to underline my 38, and then I'm going to look for 38 in my Arby's chart. I see that 40 is too big, so I'm going to jump back to 32, put a 4 on my roof and a 32 in the basement. Then I am going to subtract. 38 minus 32 equals 6. So I'm going to bring that 6 up. And now I am going to underline that 62 because that's what I'm going to look for. Look in the basement of my Arby's chart and I see, oh, 64 is too big. So I'm going to jump back to that 56. Put a 7 on my roof. 56 in the basement. Okay, well, 2 minus 6 would give me a negative, so I'm going to regroup and make that a 12. 12 minus 6 is 6, and 5 minus 5 is 0. Well, again, I don't have anywhere that I can put this 6, and so that's going to be my remainder. My quotient for this problem is 47, and my remainder is 6. Okay, guys and gals, now it's your turn to do some practice division problems. If you get stuck or you need help, please make sure that you reach out to your teachers and we'll be more than happy to help you. Have a great day.